Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, delivering live free picks for today's action. And today's show, we'll have picks from the NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball, card for today, 15-game card. We'll also have picks for you from NHL playoffs. And at the end of the show, we'll have our Parlay Purple segment where our cappers can give out a parlay. They can give out a team player prop, game of the future, play it straight. They'll make the call there. And, of course, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We're getting closer to 50K subscribers, so hope you guys can hit that subscribe button. Of course, first thing you want to do is give us that like, that thumbs up. Really helps us build up our audience right off the bat. We greatly appreciate that. So we'll meet the cappers and get right to the picks as we don't mess around here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Let's say hello, Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Too much. Another win today. All our best bets in the NHL. They always got the job done versus Vegas. As always, they got down 2-0 early in that game. It was like, here we go again. And then they came back and got the nice 4-2 win there. Hey, the Warriors are the Warriors. We had our nice best bet there in that matchup.
Or maybe the Timberwolves are the Timberwolves.
Yeah. And then what else did I have? I had the Twins. Got the job done, whooped up on the Baltimore Orioles. They're awful. Oof, that Orioles squad. Going to be a long season, as Sean alluded to, for them Orioles. Going to be a tough one. So, can't complain. Another winning day, 5-2. Let's move on to Wednesday's action. Love it. Let's continue to crush the books.
Very good. Let's say hello to Sean. Sean, what's happening?
Yeah, Rod's doing his thing, 5-2, and me, there we go, 3-4 with a push. That's how I've been rolling. Although I did have a nice 4-0 run, but Dodgers total pushes for me. Tampa Bay under. I had the Phillies as well there though. San Diego, Kansas City run line, no good. Twins run line, at least that was a plus money there. Brew Crew got it done. The Cubbies, I had marked it as a loss, and then it was 5-5, and I'm like, look at this. We got guys on base for like one out. We can't score with a guy on third base with one out.
They were hard hits, but at somebody. They had good, yeah. So that one, it shouldn't have been a win. You're down 5-2. You should have lost anyway. But that's you get back in and you're like, I'm glad you lost. I'm glad they give up 40 runs in the top of the 10th. So,
are you like me when you know you're gonna lose your bet, you get all mad and you cheer the other side and hope they lose?
At 5-2, I had marked it as a loss. I was like, all right, losing day. And then later on, I went back to see just how games were going late to see who's going to be streaking coming into Wednesday action. I'm like. It was like 5-3. I'm like, oh, that was 5-4. I'm like, 5-5 now. I said, look at this. I got a little life in me here.
I thought they were going to win it in the bottom. I thought they were going to walk it off late in the bottom of the ninth. I don't know how you don't get those guys in. At least one guy in, anyways.
Yeah, whatever. That's baseball, Susan.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Warriors, hats off to the Warriors getting the job done. I thought – If the Wolves were going to lose, I thought they'd just not cover or be a close game. They were not in it from the start, which was that's a little concerning if I'm a Timberwolves fan. They're coming in younger team. You figure they'd be, and when I say younger, I forget about. I'm just talking. They're not the Thunder or the Celtics with a lot under their belts to say, you know what, we could come in here on town alone. People be intimidated coming in here. That's not the case. We're like, who the hell are these guys? No one's giving them any respect. I wasn't expecting a total flat right out of the gate like that. So I don't know. Maybe Warriors game too.
That's all we've seen so far in the second round. All the teams that were rested and finished their first rounds early, they weren't ready to go here in the second round. They just laid eggs. OKC laid an egg. Boston laid an egg. Minnesota was supposed to be, come on, Ed, man, you get it. Kill him. It's your turn. It's your time. You're supposed to shine. I don't think so.
Rod, to come out flat, there. Right? Ooh. I mean, Tony, these teams are all 9-10 point favorites. So that's a big spread to come in when you haven't played. But on the same token, it's not like the Celtics haven't been to the finals. The Thunder have been playing. Let's be honest. They played playoff basketball all year, right? They had the best ATS, the most wins. They didn't stop because it was the end of the year. We're going to have a rest day. They played full bore whenever. So you'd expect that. And forget they had the day off. It didn't make a difference during regular season.
Yeah.
You think one of these – and the fact that they're not forget about not covering. They've all lost outright.
Yeah.
We've all of us here have lived through the changes in the NBA. When we go back to the 90s game, the early 2000, it was most of a post-up game. I mean, you go back and look at the Tom Donovich Rockets, they were averaging 25 3-pointers a game. That was very high compared to everybody else with those Olajuwon teams. They were the first one to have that in-and-out type of style where they gave it to Olajuwon, and then you space the floor and you find the open threes, right? They were the first to do that. No one else did that. It was all post. So when you played that post game, that physical play, the team at home, the team needing coming off a loss, they seem to get the calls, right? They seem to get away with more of the physical play. So that's why I think these zigzags aren't hitting anymore, because you're not playing that style. If you got a good touch from three, doesn't matter that you lost that the home team lost the first game. You're going to win the second game if you can make your threes, like we saw there with Indiana. It's a totally different. If they took the 3-point line away, then Cleveland gets away with all the dirty stuff. Indiana's going to get hit with the ticky-tack fouls. That's kind of how it worked in the NBA back in the 90s. Now you're just stepping back and hitting threes, and if you're on, it doesn't matter if the team, the opposing team needs it. The key here, if you're a visitor, stay out of the paint, because you're not going to get any calls. Just shoot the threes, because you're not going to get touched. You're going to get separation. And that's why we're not seeing zigzags. That's why home courts are not holding up in the NBA anymore, because you're not going to get the favorable calls anymore when you shoot a 3-point shot, because no one's going to touch you. You step back, you hit the three, you space it out, find an open three. And I don't know what you guys think, but I think that's the difference now, where we're not seeing zigzag home court advantage anymore.
That's a good point. I mean, like I said, obviously they got to make them. Yeah. But if these teams are making them, it's going to be upset city. And you got 4 basically double digit. I mean, I know the Warrior line went from 7 down to 6, which is again, it's Curry, it's that team. You know, the other ones though all kind of held steady until the Cleveland 3 guys ride came down. But
that didn't even make a difference. Even if the sheep followed along and got a 5.5 on the page.
Yeah, Jonelle. I mean, you miss 53 pointers. You're not winning many games.
And Minnesota shot 15% from 3. You know, back in the day, just think about how big the story was in the NBA back in those days. The guy that got the second foul, like in the first 3 minutes of the game, right? Remember that? That used to be the headline.
You're on the bench. Get on the bench. You're sitting down. That's 2 fouls. We need you later on in the game. You can't be. You be sitting.
That used to be the headline. That's no longer the headline anymore. That was the headline. Get them in foul trouble. Get the bigs on the bench, and then run away with the game at home, because you get the favorable calls on your home court.
On your home court, yeah.
You know.
You're not getting any calls because you're chucking a 3 as you allude to. Boston loves to chuck. They chucked 60 last game. And they scored 15. You score a few more of those, and it's a different story in the game. But that's what Boston loses. They chucked up 97 shots and shot 35%. You're going to win games if you're shooting 35%.
And that's how you leave the door open for comebacks when you go cold from 3. Why? I don't understand. When you have a big lead, forget the 3-point strategy. Go for work it inside. Try for the higher percentage.
Yeah. Everybody wants that. It's like let's put another nail in the coffin, and then it's a long rebound. It's 2 points the other way. And here we go.
Yeah. We need to get some basketball players like old school way, and just they need Paul Maurice on their team to tell you what to do, because he gets right into his players, and they're not doing it. Even up 3-1, he'll start ripping them and going, "Hey, take the body! I don't care if you're up 3-1. We're not getting fancy. Get in there. Take the body." So when it gets to game 7, they don't want to get in there on the inside because you're too tough, and you hit them down over the first 6 games. So when it gets to game 7, they got nothing left. And that's exactly what he says. Beat him. Hit him again. And if you can hit him again, get him again. And in basketball, you got to do the same. I remember seeing a couple of years back Joker looking at his arms, and he was like, look at this, taking scratches and beats and hits. And the body work that he took, but survived it and won the championship.
Yep, that was always the word. Phil Jackson's word was energy. You know, teams that had the energy to play that defensive style. Now it's just pretty much a finesse game. Just shoot the 3, get open, and hit the 3. Find the open guy, hit the 3.
Whoever gets hotter on that, whatever team is the hottest shooting that night is going to win the game.
So remember when game 7s were impossible to win. I remember that back in the day. We all remember that. You had no shot to win a game 7, especially on Boston's home court, LA's home court. You're always going to get in foul trouble. And the situation is, as a defender, knowing that, you were very passive defensively, right? You were very passive defensively as a defender. You had that second foul. I can't get that third foul. I mean, it was almost like you're going to lose the game if you got 3 fouls in the first half, that you were dead. You're sitting down for 10 minutes and the other team goes up 20. I mean, totally different game now. That's out of it now. The referees, for the most part, are out of it there as well because, again, like you said, it's become a 3-point shooting contest now. And the coaches know it. Our best chance of winning a road game is just working the 3-point shots. And making them. That's your best chance of winning a road game in the playoffs. The coaches all know that because we're not going to win a grinding game inside because we're going to get whistled. That's the way it is, And I don't blame them. That's the way it is. You have to adjust. You can't sit here and cry about it. You just got to basically come up. You got to come up with a strategy to win it. And that's what it is. Just launch threes and hope you make them. They don't. That's your shot on the road. Speaking of the road, look at these lines. I think we're making case for dogs in this. We're making case for underdogs here in this game here. We got Knicks and Celtics here. We got the Celtics here, 10.5 total to 11. Nuggets and Thunder. Thunder 11 here. And Penny's 10.5, by the way. I will tell you that here. They're in the total here, 229.5. Let's scour here this NBA injury report. Yesterday, we knew the big issue there with Cleveland. New York here, clean injury report. For Boston, Sam Hauser, a contributor off the bench, is doubtful. Porzingis is probable. Clean for Denver and OKC. We start with Rod.
Yeah, and you look at these matchups. I like the over between New York and Boston. We've seen overtime would needed last game to get us over this 211.5. But look at it, as we've seen. We were talking about already how many shots that Boston didn't fall. They took 97 and only shot 35%. I think they shoot a lot better than that. They shot 60 from three, only hit 15 of those last game. I think a few more of those fall this game for the Celtics. I just don't expect them to have a 35% shooting night again on back-to-back at home. I expect them to improve their shooting. And you look at this Knicks squad, they could definitely improve their shooting. They had 31 free throws, and they only hit 17. So you missed 14 free throws. Yikes! And only hit like 50-something%. I think they can improve there and get us some more of those points they left on the table. I like the over 211.5 there in that one. And then when they don't fix it, I'm going to take the Nuggets there in the first half. I think you get about 6 points there in the first half with Denver. And you know what they're going to do? Come out and trying to punch them in the mouth again. That's what Denver does. They're not going to stop. They're like, ooh, we won the first one. We don't need the split. We're going to try to go up 2-0 at home. I'll take the Nuggets in the first half. I think they definitely. You see the numbers all season long; they're pretty even on the scoring points for in that first half, and not much separation. I believe it's a 4-5 point differential scoring in the first half for OKC. But grab the Nuggets there plus the points in the first half.
You can make threes. Home court doesn't matter. Home court doesn't matter if you can make threes, or if the home team can't make it. On over to Sean.
I'm with Rod on that over Boston, right? I mean, you can't shoot any worse, and you nearly went over your total there. So team total, forget about the game total. I think went over too as well. Anyway, but give me the over here 211 with Boston and Denver. Again, I took Denver the other day at 9.5 in this spot. It was up to 11.5 yesterday. Now I'll take them again at the points. Why not? Why not? I'm doing it. And real fast for tomorrow, a 10-point dog tomorrow.
I know. Well, because of Curry hurt his hamstring.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, on top of his thumb that he hurt the game before that, but I mean, I was not. Well, I don't know. I know it's a must-win game. Did you watch them in game? Well, game one's pretty much a must-win game too. So I mean,
Yeah. I mean, it's now with these home courts, I don't think there's much of a home court advantage anymore in the NBA. I'm just starting to think that more and more and more. I think about it. It doesn't matter.
I mean, your fans might be there.
These are like neutral courts. But I don't think the fans make it hit threes better than or miss threes. I don't think they have an impact. The fans don't have impact on 3-point shooting.
No, the court was because you'd be playing physical ball and you get a call. And that would separate you to cover big numbers and to just the other team would be like, sure, let's just get home out of here. We got to split. Who cares?
Yeah. But we can steal it. We can make threes,
Yeah. Well, here comes, Buddy Hield to shoot what did he shoot yesterday? Like 5. I mean, at one point I was looking at the score. I'm like, man, he's taking all these shots. But then I saw at one point he was like 3 of 12 from the field.
Well, he's a lot more mature now, so maybe he figured out he's better play defense because he's been on the bench a lot of his time in his career. So he finally figured it out. I better play some defense and take care of myself. Let's see, hamstring. Okay, Curry goes through an MRI today, and he's considered day to day. We've all, with that hamstring injury. So that's the story there on Curry. So people jump to it thinking, oh, he's out for the series. Remember the whole Jimmy Ball, oh, he's out for the series. He's not going to come back. But somehow, some way, these guys seem to tolerate pain a little bit better at this time of the year for some reason.
That's right. And Goo makes the point there, Tone. Like they were up 20. They were up 20. And they keep shooting threes. Can't keep missing. Okay.
Robert Parrish is out there looking and shaking his head, dude. This is when you give it to me, and I'll get the two. I'll get the guarantee too, and we'll hold on and win.
Crazy.
That's why you want a big you should have a big lineup when you're up by 20, and just work it inside and get 2 points and just make twos. Because at some point your twos and their threes, even if they make their threes, you're going to hold on to the lead. But no one wants to do that. Let's keep launching threes and let the other team come back and give them some hope. Yep. Again, as you heard me say, if you can make your threes and the other team misses threes, there is no home court advantage in the NBA anymore. I just explained to you what the home court advantage was when you were working the ball inside and shooting high percentage shots. That was the NBA when home court mattered. But I don't think home court matters anymore. Maybe in a game 7, maybe because of nerves and all that. I'll give it to you there. But home court doesn't matter in the NBA. Give me the both dogs here give me the Knicks. Yeah. Oh, Boston can win by 8. They can win by 9. And guess what? You win no matter who wins. If the point margin is 8 or 9, we could even see a late 3 in any of these games. You could always get that. But I will say this in the postseason, even when you factor in the Magic series, the Celtics just 44% from the field, 34% from 3. So perimeter defense, I think these teams also step up their game defensively, knowing that they're under a spotlight, and then knowing that coach will put you on the bench right away if you're not effective. So I'll look at the Knicks there, Nuggets and Thunder. Give me the 11 there with Denver. Denver has covered since Game 4 of that. I really make Game 4 a big in that Clippers series huge for Denver because that's when that switch turned on for some reason. That's when Murray showed that explosiveness. Whatever they came up with, they better bottle that because that's work. They've covered all their past 5 games since Game 4 of the playoffs. And that series against the Clippers, when Denver looked like they were dying, they were dead, were bashing the coach. But I'll take the Nuggets here in this spot. And also, too, don't forget, OKC did not shoot the ball very well in that series against Memphis. They shot poorly, but it was the defense that got them through it, right? That's what happened there was the defense because Memphis couldn't shoot themselves. And they shot themselves in the foot because that game was open up. Same thing with the Timberwolves in that game in that Lakers series. They couldn't shoot, but the Lakers shot worse. I mean, these teams are not looking – shooting-wise, the only team that's shooting halfway decent are the Pacers and the Nuggets. If you go back and look at shooting percentages and numbers, the 2 teams shooting right now are the Nuggets and Pacers.
Yep.
That's really what's happening. So again, looking at the shooting percentages, I'm going to take Denver and that's in that game because since Game 4 they shot 50%. 50% and 39% from 3. I can't make a case for OKC because their shooting sucked in the Memphis series too. I know they're trying. I know they get by with rebounding and defense. What happened? Houston tried that. What happened to Houston? At some point, the crappy shooting came out in Game 7 at home, right? At home, a Game 7 at home, and what happens? Home court doesn't matter when you can't make shots. Lakers in a must-win in game. What was the game? Was that Game 5?
All of them
couldn't shoot. Look at all these teams losing the series at home. Home court does not matter if you can't make shots. That's what it comes down to. All right.
You're not scoring points. You're not winning games. That's how it comes down to. You don't score the points, you're not winning games.
Exactly.
Shoot them bricks. Well, you're going to be not winning games. Brick.
Yeah.
Brick.
Yeah. So remember the narrative now. Oh, this guy got 2 fouls. He's out. Now they can't make threes. Okay, that's the difference now, guys. That's a narrative that used to come back in the 90s and zeros, right?
Now I think it's about 3 fouls. I think you get 3 fouls early in that first half, and then they might put you on we'll put you on the bench. You're a little more needed over here, but
boy, that second foul in the first quarter, man. Wow, the guy's gonna be on the bench for that. Was like,
that's it for your half. That guy's sitting on the bench
for 10. It's a lot of changes, but now that's the different narrative now because back then the whole discussion was fouls. That was a big discussion back then. I remember that because Phil Jackson.
Those were important down the stretch. You needed those fouls to make stops because people were driving to the lane. Not now.
I remember Phil
Jackson. What they do is ball movement. It's ball movement is key. The team that can pass the ball around and move it the quickest and get that guy open who's standing there to take that three. They're the team that's winning these games.
Go back and look at the old Rudy T Rockets of the 90s. This is the style they're playing right there.
Yeah.
With Elijah in the middle and just pass.
People are like, the defense is like, whoa, what's going on here?
And the coaches used to hate it. You're never going to win like that. Sure enough, he changed the Rudy T changed the game. Rudy T changed it. They give Curry the credit, but Rudy T is the one who drew up the game plan, drew up the blueprint for this type of style of game. It's Rudy Tomjanovich there. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show as we get ready here for baseball. We've got 15 game card. Actually, no, I said 15 game. Oh, actually, it is 15 game cards. The Detroit Colorado makeup is tomorrow in a doubleheader. So that's how they worked it out. All right, so let's go here. We start here with the early start here. Guardians and Nationals. The Guardians $1.15 on the road, total of 9. Astros and Brewers here. The Astros $1.33, total 7.5. Pirates and Cardinals $1.70, total 7.5. Giants and Cubbies. But the Cubbies, 141 here, total of 7. Mariners Athletics, we got Mariners $1.28, total sits here at 9 in that one. Now let me just do a quick search here to see if we have any pitching changes here in some of these games. As we started off here, looks like Soroka is going to go for Washington tonight. Oh
my goodness, he's terrible.
Yeah, for today. Soroka's back. We see a lot of ex-Braves around all over baseball these days. All right, no changes in these 5. We start with Rod.
Yeah, looking at that Guardians and Nationals game, it's a funky line. Give it that much. It is a funky line after what we've seen. That Washington bullpen is going to be awful. And Soroka, his one start wasn't good. After his Tommy John surgery at back, he did not look good. So improvement here, I don't know. I think you just take Cleveland. I think they smack him around again there in that one, even after Soroka goes out. We know that Washington bullpen after yesterday's disaster ain't going to be in any good shape whatsoever. So I'll take the Guardians in that matchup. And then look, Guardians have been whooping right-handed starters, 19-11 versus right-handed starters, and Washington versus lefties, they don't fare so well versus lefties. 4-6 on the year versus left-handed starters. So, and interleague games even worse. 3-5 is this Washington squad this year. And then another one I like here. Give me the over. Giants and Cubs. Giants as a road dog. I said yesterday, 20-3 to that over. Well, they went well over that one. It would have been a push because it was 50. It was 5-3.
Extra innings.
And then the Cubs got some in the bottom of the ninth and pushed it to extra innings, and then blew the door right off it. So I'll take the over again. Giants and Cubs there in that one. 21-3 is a road dog to the over. So I'll take the over there. It's only at 7 today.
There you go. There from Rod. Let's see what the wind situation is.
I'm blowing in. I'm going to say
16 miles an hour. 16, only 16.
Yeah.
Not
a little wind. You can still
wind.
Smash it. It doesn't have to get out of the park. You can still smash the base hits.
Go for the base hits. There you go.
Yep.
The blooper. You get the bloopers. They're going to fall in front of the outfielders.
Yep.
On over to Sean.
Well, I mean, if they take Soroka out, it doesn't make a difference. Is this like a who's on first? Because he doesn't pitch for Cleveland. He's on the Nats, Goon.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess if he comes out, Allen will still be pitching for Cleveland. I mean, I don't. And we got to see Goon Collector with his Yankee talk. So he didn't come in yesterday when the Yankees lost. So if that's the case, he won't come in after Yankee losses, which means we won't have to see Goon with a 20-16. They're going to win about 90 games. So 70 more days we'll see him because they're going to have 70 losses. So come on, Goon.
Well, Padres are positive in the series. They were dogs. They were dogs in the first game, so they are positive units in the meeting so far.
Listen, you won't be hungover tomorrow because the Padres will beat the Yanks today. All right, and then you have to get drunk and celebrate a May win. All right, I'm busting Goon because he's a Yankee guy. So over 9? Is it too easy? Is it too easy to just say Cleveland?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Soroka is going to be a sacrificial lamb. He could give up 9 or 10 runs in this game before they take him out because of all the bullpen usage yesterday.
Oh yeah,
but that's, I mean,
You're going to go in and you're going to pitch 5 innings. We don't care what your pitch count is.
Last year he was so ineffective. He had 9 starts and 20 games out of the bullpen. And then he was, the year before that he was terrible. And before that he hadn't pitched in 3 years with his bat on. I didn't bet this one because I guess there was nothing listed last night on this because it was a double dipper. I'm going to go probably Cleveland. I'm going to bet Cleveland run line. Listen, you can do minus 115, right? But run line is a 140, 130, and an over. I'll go all in on Cleveland because even in their loss, they lost 9-8.
Yeah,
they're still hitting this team. That might be some early degeneracy, people. Yes, take the over as well. Yeah, over. Wow, a lot of ways to go. Good, I'm greedy though. I like the plus money, so that's why it's. I don't want to minus 140 is Stros in the Brew Crew. Give me the Brewers. Cardinals too heavy of a number. I'll go run line. And Cubbies Giants. I got nothing on the Cubbies Giants. Nothing. I mean, I like the Giants pitcher, so that'll be that one.
Right.
And
Sean may be talking himself into some RBI props for this one. We'll see.
You know what though? The early games worry me though with that because it's as much as it's a bad pitching and this kind of crap goes on. We saw 40 runs yesterday, actually more, right? 17, 20. I mean, how many runs? We saw a ton of runs.
9-8 and 10-9 in the first one, and then there was 9-1 in the second game, I think, right?
But here's a double.
Off the Dodgers game coming again. Nick Paddywhack on the mound. We'll be Nick Paddywhack. Give that ball a whack. There goes another ball.
I don't know. I'm not a really noon. It could be let's get out of here, swing the ball, get out. Win 5-1 or something, we're on the road again. I'm
on the road again.
Just can't wait to get back.
Girlfriend, make the phone call. I can't wait to see you. That's on the.
I gotta look into this. I gotta look into this game now here with this Natties. All right, that's it for the early ones.
That's it for those. Okay, there from Sean. Yeah, I'm going to take the Guardians. They split yesterday, so that means they're now 16-3 against teams with 380-40 win percentages the past 1+ seasons. Returned about 14 units. So I'll look at Cleveland here. Cleveland game 2 was the one. That was the one to go with. Let's see what else I've got here out of these games. I'm gonna go run line with St. Louis. Pittsburgh in the day games $1.93. They can it a day, they can it at night. Their bullpen in the past 7 games, 6.5. We know St. Louis, they just pound the ball at home. Good ERA. Against good bullpens, Pittsburgh 3 and 14th at the run line this season, losing 15 units. My God. So if you have a team with a bullpen whip of 1.35 or lower, Pittsburgh 3 and 14 the run line, even with some run help, they still lose games. So I'll take give me the plus there with the Cardinals run line there. Also, what do we have in this game? We have the homeless game here. Now, give me the over there, Seattle and Mariners. A day game in Sacramento. Woo starts, I know that, but man, the Seattle Bats have been hot on the road. 24 homers in their 16 road games. Athletics have been hitting the ball well, but their bullpen's been coughing it up there against righties this season. Mariners 8-2 to the over. Athletics 10-6 to the over at the Shelter. So I'll take the over in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Hickson Morning Show as we continue here with baseball. It's today's 15-game card. Tomorrow they'll play 2 with Colorado and Detroit, in case you're wondering there. Mets and D-backs. We got the Mets favored $1.16, total 9. Dodgers and Marlins here. We got the Dodgers 230, total 9.5. Rangers and Red Sox. Here we got the Red Sox $1.21, total of 9. Phillies and Rays. There we got the Phillies $1.17, total of 8. Padres and Yankees. We've got the Yankees here $1.72. Total sits here at 8. Let's take a look at the pitching, see if there's any changes in any of these games here. Let's see. See how Knack is going against Belloso as expected there. So no changes in that. In these 5, let me look at the bottom 5 for today. I don't see so far no changes. Yes, Uncle Charlie is pitching today. Uncle Charlie Morton, 41-year-old, will be on the mound. So we got you. So no changes in baseball today. So we move on over to Rod.
You look at this the Padres game, and man, they're good at bouncing back after giving up a whole pile like they did to the Yankees yesterday. But it's Cease on the mound, so it's like you got Cease on the mound, and he's just not a guy that I'm going to run to. I'm going to take the over 8 there in that one. I think we see some runs even with Fried on the mound. Look, Fried's been dealing, right? Yeah, well, he's due to get fried. So I think the Padres bats could tune them in there in that one. I like the over. I think we see plenty of runs in that game. And that one. And then the other one that I'm looking at is where are we? Give me Texas here versus Boston. I don't trust trust Houck at all. Houck is awful. And what we've seen yesterday from Boston, those bats are awful. Ice cold. They can't even hit.
Giolito, you talk about meatballs. My goodness. Giolito yesterday. They were hard. Every hit was like hard contact against him yesterday. My God.
Yeah. So for me there in that one, I'm going to take Texas. I just like that spot. I think they smash Boston again. And Tyler Mahle has been pitching lights out baseball. Yeah, give me Texas in the plus price in that one. And then the Dodgers and the Marlins. You know what? We got Beozo versus Knack. So Nick Knack and Patty Whack, give that ball a whack. I'll take the over 10 in that one. I think we see plenty of runs in that one to get us over the total. And I'll even take the Marlins in that one. I think they can get another outright win over the Dodgers in that one.
I was mentioning about how Giolito looks like. Is it heavyweight or is it fat? He's lifting weight to not losing weight. Maybe it's muscle over fat because he does look really big up there on the mound. Over to Sean.
I know all about Fussell. I know about that. I carry the Fussell around, but I'm not a pro athlete. So I just look like a big guy out of shape, you know. I like the Diamondbacks to beat the Mets again. I like the Marlins there, getting big money at home in the over. The Rangers, told you the Rangers yesterday. Oh, the Rangers on the road?
They are ass.
You get excited, you turn into Scooby-Doo. Give me the Rangers again. Give me the Rangers again. Rays, Phillies, I got nothing on that one. And the Padres, I mean, the Yanks should be $2 favorites over a lot of teams. You want to beat up on like crappy Charlie Morton? I get it. Colorado, $2 over the Padres, basically. You're going to be 160, 170. The Padres had their two worst bullpen guys in yesterday. They gave up 10 runs. The game before the bullpen came in, they shut you guys down. Give me the Padres. Padre power. And what else? We're good.
That was the last one in the block. Yeah.
All right.
They're from Sean. I'll tell you what I think here about these games. I like the Mets here. Give me Senga over Mirachelli. The Mets have hit the ball extremely well. Here's this one. This one is in the block. That's correct. Yeah. Mets have been hitting the ball well. Arizona's bullpen's always a big issue here with me. And against these bad hitting, these struggling hitting teams. New York 5-3 on the road facing teams that hit 255 or lower this season. I'll look at New York there. Agree with the LA and the Miami over in that one. It's LA 6-1 to the over against these bad bullpen teams. Marlins 12-3 to the over facing teams that average 1.25 home runs per game or greater this season. Beozo going to have a struggle here. ERA of 5 here, high WHIP. So I'll take him. I'll take the over in that one. I like Texas here. Texas have hit 254 over the past 6 games with bullpen, respectable away from home. Look at the bullpen for the Red Sox has not been performing well. But you look at Hawk during his career at home in these coin flip games when he's priced at plus 125 and minus 125. Team behind him is 5-14, losing 10 units. Give me Texas in that spot. I like the under with Padres and Yankees here with Dylan Cease, despite his high ERA, does have a low FIP of 3.33. I think I mentioned that last start. He does have good advanced numbers, low WHIP there. So low FIP there with a good strikeout rate of 25%. And I'll take him. I'll take the other. Fried's got Cy Young numbers right now, and he's in definitely in the Cy Young discussion, no doubt about that. Padres, 250 against lefties, great bullpen, as we know. So I'll look at them. I'll look at that spot there, and I also agree. I think it was Ron Hahn in the chat mentioning here about Philly. I like Christopher Sanchez in this spot. Tampa Bay hitting $180 against lefties this season. Philly's bats in the past 6 games, 282. Bullpens perform well. Boz in that new park, that Yankees minor league stadium, ERA over 5 there, pitching in that one. Against winning teams, the Rays are now 2-7 at home against winning teams, losing 6.5 units. I'll look at Philly in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show as we get ready to close out baseball with these final 5 games. All right, up on the board, we got the Reds and the Braves. In this one, we've got the Braves, $1.17, total of 8. White Sox and Royals. We got the Royals here, 207, total 8.5. Orioles and Twins. Twins, $1.26, total of 9. Tigers and Rockies. We got the Tigers, $1.79, total of 10. Blue Jays and Angels. I told you guys, be careful yesterday. Be careful yesterday. We got the Blue Jays, $1.26, total 8.5. We're on over to Rod.
Yeah, look at these ones here. Good old man Morton on the mound. The last 2 times he started. It was a barrage from the Reds. He went 2.1 innings, gave up 7 hits, 7 runs, a home run, 4 walks. Got a couple strikeouts. Good job there, old man Morton. That's his problem this year is his walks. So right back to the Twins on the run line we go as he gives it up early. His last start, he went 3.2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 3 earned runs, a home run, and 5 walks. He's averaging 4 walks a go at it. So he can take Charlie Morton over his walks. I wonder what that's at today. He'll probably get it's probably up at 3. 2.5. If you can find 2.5 walks, I think he easily does that. He's been doing that every game. But take the Twins in that one, beat up on Baltimore. Then another one I'm looking at in this late night spot is I'm going to take Colorado. Like I said, Detroit out on the road, and now you had a day off yesterday to mingle around in Colorado. Hopefully you didn't partake in too much of the free edibles. Gummy candy. Gummy candy. Another gummy candy. Sometimes that might get you in trouble, especially in the Colorado area. You might be in big trouble eating the wrong gummies. That's what happens in Detroit. A long time out on the road, you might partake in the wrong gummies. And Colorado gets a win there in that one. Even the books are still guarded. I liked it a little better yesterday, but we will take them today. Give me the Rockies. You get the job done there. And then looking at the Royals and the White Sox. Hey, congratulations. The White Sox got themselves a win. Give me the under 8.5 in that one. Both those teams just don't score enough points to get us over that total. We'll take the under 8.5, White Sox and Royals.
There we go from Rod on over to Sean.
Braves and under. Royals run line. Again, we won in that. I should have did the Al special at -1 because the 1.5 got me yesterday. We'll fade the Orioles. Again, I had the Twins yesterday on the run line. Today, though, it's only 125. I don't hate the money line there, 125. Rockies, I got no real opinion on that guy there. And the Blue Jays, same thing. It's a no thank you for me there. Kikuchi versus old team. Those kind of things I want to take. I want to take Toronto in a spot like that. They kind of know his strengths and weaknesses, more weaknesses than strengths for Kikuchi. And Angels did just win yesterday. What are the odds of them winning 2 in a row?
Yep, good. All right, we got you there through the. I'll let you know what I like here in these games here in 1 second. I just want to check something here with the hockey for today. We got today is 5/7, so let me get that ready for you guys here. All right, let's go. I'll tell you what I think about these games coming back under again. Reds and Braves here. You look at here, Hunter Green on the mound. I know it's Holmes on the other mound here, but the Reds over the past 7 just $1.98. They're hitting, but the bullpen is pretty good in their night games. 2.78 in their 20 games at night. Braves have not been hitting well of late, but their bullpen has been solid here. We look at the Braves 36-11 to the under at home, facing an NL team with an on-base percentage of 3.25 or lower the past 1+ seasons. I'll look at the under there. I'll look run lines with KC here against this White Sox outfit boy. Looking here at White Sox 205. They're bad here on the road in their 10 divisional road games. KC has been pretty good hitting form. Cannon's been hammered on the road this year, 16 runs and 22 in the third innings. And the White Sox bullpen in the 13 night games, an ERA approaching 7. KC's bullpen has been solid here. Heading as this series began, they allowed 1 run in their past 23 innings. So I'll look at the run line there with the KC, and let's see what we got in that Minnesota game. Let's see what the number was. That number came out late. Let me see what we're at here. In that one, -126. Okay, I'll look at Minnesota here. We know the Orioles on the road. Just Uncle Charlie's on the mound. That line looks kind of funky to me, but the Twins are now 18-1 facing AL teams that allow 4.9 runs per game or greater. the past 1+ seasons, returning 16.5 units. So these horrible pitching staffs, actually the Twins have an angle where they beat these teams up. So give me Minnesota here in this one. And what else we got here? Yeah, I'll go run line here with Casey Mize. Mize actually looks legitimately strong, like he buffed up, hit the weights. Casey Mize has. I like him. Dollander, I know he's a high draft pick, but he's been pounded here in his 5 starts, ERA 6.5. So I'll look here at the Tigers. And also the issue with the Tigers is they want to have a good. They opened up this road trip upset about not playing well on the road, and it's been a focus for them to win road games this year. So I'll look at the manager was on record saying that here during yesterday. So I'll look at them in that spot here. Barrios against Kikuchi there. I would look at the Toronto in that spot. This Angels team is just bad. I mean, it just the bullpen is horrible. I'll look at Toronto in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show as we'll get you on over to NHL playoffs for tonight as we're into the second round of games. And they'll let you know what we got rolling here in hockey for tonight. We got Panthers and Maple Leafs. We've got the Panthers favored $1.38, total of 5.5 there. Stars and Jets. The Stars $1.10 at total 5.5. Start with Rod.
After reading these two NHL games, first one I like is give me the under Dallas and Winnipeg. I think it's going to be really tough to beat Hellebuck for a whole lot. I think he got thoroughly embarrassed, and no, he got saved by the skin of his teeth, saved by his teammates in that 1.6-second goal to tie it up in that one. And his home and away splits have been absolutely night and day on the road. Hellebuck's more than 7 goals against average, and at home it's below 3. It's about a 2.3 goals against average as Hellebuck. So I like the under Dallas Stars and the Winnipeg Jets. Early, Odger can definitely stand on his head as well. We've seen him go into Colorado and keep some low-scoring games, so he can come into Winnipeg and the whiteout noise, keep low scoring. And we go completely opposite in the other one. Give me the over, Florida and Toronto. We know that defense we can see has been tossed out the window. We look at most likely Stolar's probably not going to be in goal for the Leafs here in this one. They'll have to go with Joseph Wall in that one after supposedly inadvertent elbow. Oh, I didn't mean to elbow my buddy in the head. It's okay. Toronto got their goalie knocked out with what I see should have been at least a game penalty because it looked like he put his elbow and chicken winged him on the way by. And then he was really concussed. He said he was fine, but once he hit the bench, he was not fine because he went down the hallway and started up chucking all over the place, and they had to put him on a stretcher and take him out. So I don't think the Leafs goalie going to be going in that one. It'll be Wall on the other side. Bobrovsky, hey, we see what he did in that game 1. He gave up a few, total of 5 actually. We see 9 goals. I expect to save, take the over 5.5 in that one.
There we go from Ron. Anything on the ice tonight, Sean?
I'll say I like the over. I had the under in game 1 in this matchup between Florida and Toronto, but I'll be on the over in this one here.
Here we go there from Sean. All right, we got you through our the NHL. Now it's time for a Parlay Purple segment where our cappers can give out a parlay. They can give out a team player prop, game of the future. Just play it straight. We leave it up to the cappers. We start off with Rod.
So we'll start early. We're going to throw the Guardians into your parlay over Washington, and then we're going to take the over between the Giants and the Cubs, and then we'll move down a little bit and we'll throw in Texas to beat up on Boston. Little 3-teamer for you tonight.
There we go from Rod on over to Sean.
All right, we're doing MLB, no ribbies right here. 12-17 with our MLB picks at the end of the show, minus 435. So, again, my baseball for the season has been right around this kind of number, a couple games under 500. It has carried over the free picks here, but I'm going to get on track. We're going to go Cleveland on the run line plus 135. I'm going to take again, there's so many games I like today here. Where should we go? I'm trying to do like different times so where you get a piece of all day long. We got 2 Lakers. So we got to go. We got to go square right off the bat. We're going to go Marlins plus 200 at BOL, Miami plus $2, and then of course the Twins again. But I need some wins here, so I won't get fancy. We'll just do a straight up money line here at 125. At BOL. So there's that. There you go. 3 straight plays. Gotta get some wind under the belt there. Nothing too fancy. I guess Miami might consider fancy a 2-1 dog, but
From Sean, I'll tell you what I like here. I like the Knicks plus the points. Give me the under with Padres Yanks. And I like the Twins as well. All right, we got you through our Parlay Peripheral segment. Now it's time to see what we got for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Heading to a good week of action. A lot of second round NBA, NHL playoffs, lots of baseball as well. And of course, if you click the link in the description, you'll be able to see what we got rolling on over at Tony'sPicks.com. Right now, we got lots happening over at Tony'sPicks.com, guys. So check it out over there. With lots of great content. And of course, we are just, I was going to say that for the next segment, but anyway, we are number one MLB betting podcast on major podcast directory, by the way. So you can want to make sure you subscribe to our channel if you would. All right, let's see what's rolling on over at Tony'sPicks.com. All of our cappers ready to roll here with the action for today. We'll see what Rod's got to have going on right now. Rod has put together very impressive numbers here for the year over at Tony's Picks. Matter of fact, right now, Rod is sitting with here we go 5,749 units of profit, all documented. Tony's Picks. Rod, what you got for sale?
A little more than that, Tony. I had the winning day into there, so we're at over 6,100 units now, and 2025 documented after the nice 5 day yesterday. So definitely head on over and join me. We pressed our best bets again yesterday. Swept the board 3-0. It's my best bets. So back at it again today. I got my NHL one-timer going. We're on a nice, I believe, 16-3 run with it. And then I got my MLB play of the day, and we're on a nice 21-5 run with that play of the day. And then I got my NBA play. We dropped it the other day, but we bounced back with it. So we're on a nice 12-4 run with it. You can get all those best bets singly, or I've thrown it in a 3-pack for you today. Definitely scoop up that 3-pack. And after we win there, then definitely jump aboard something long-term. As you can see, we can just continue to stack the units. Leaving 7 days, 30 days, and on the year. So staying in the green, as they say in most sports there in the MLB, NHL. Near 3,000 units in the NHL. So jump aboard over there. Take advantage. 2-for-1 capper promotional. Can't go wrong with that. Having 2 cappers, put money in your pockets over at Tony's Picks. Definitely jump aboard. Let's continue to crush the books as we have all year.
It's crossing the boat. Look at this green across the screen this year for the last 30 days, last 7 days, 24 hours. Rod in a massive tear right now. So we got both Rod over at Tony's Picks, ready to roll with this packages on this up on the board right now. You can see all of our 1 day passes are profit guaranteed. They must earn a profit or amount purchased will be credited back to your account for site credits. That is a profit guarantee. Of course, as well, long-term passes. You want to go long-term with Rod? He's got a 1-month pass. He has a 1-year all sports pass. So if you're just looking for baseball, a baseball season pass. So get on board with Rod and use the promo code Tony T at checkout. Save that 15% off. All right, let's see what Sean's got going on over at Tony's Picks. Sean put together a good year here over at Tony's Picks.
Bro, I got to follow this guy with his $6,000 year already? Get the hell out of here. Come on, man. The guy's
we got a 2-for-1 camera promotion, you know?
All right, whatever. Put me in a 2-for-1. The guy's on fire. And why are you buying anybody else? The guy is go across the board on any site, anywhere. Not just here. Go to any kind of capper, the whole sports betting circle. No one's better than Ron right now.
Yeah.
No one's better. I gave him a little crap for that Texas Red Sox game. I thought that was funny because the guy's 1 loss today. Sorry, he's only 9-1 for you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Guy goes 7-2. Oh, I don't know, man. Tough day for you, Rod. Yeah, that was a rough one. Sorry you lost going 7-2 with Rod yesterday, folks.
Oh,
or whatever he did.
5-2. We lost a couple, so it was still 5-2 day, but up what 4,400 units. So
building the units. Building the units up over 6,000 for the year for Rod. So get on board. And if 2-for-1 cap promotion, you can match Rod with Sean, and there you roll. Or you can get ahead and get signed up. You can roll shot, of course. Well,
I got a 3-pack up, but you know what? If you buy some kind of long-term package, you're going to get what? 2. What's that? 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many baseball games I got today? 5, 10 games? 10 MLB for me today? I'll catch Rod in a second. We're either going to catch him or we're going to hang it up. Look at that. We're up a whole $1. That's what happens when you take some dogs. You go. You can make $1. I'll buy that for $1. There you go.
Sean, there you go.
Little RoboCop for everybody on a Wednesday morning.
Get a 1-year pass and then match up Sean and Rod together. because 1 year pass covers all the major sports, right? All the NBA, NHL, MLB, and of course, when we get to NFL, college football, and college basketball, that'll all be part of it there, because you get full seasons there in NFL, college football, college basketball will be full seasons as well. I know Rod dumps into WNB as well. So get on board there with the 1 year all sports pass with Sean, and then add Rod to the 2-for-1 cap promotion. Just hit the tab there. You get the 2-for-1 cap promotion, buy one, get the other 50% off. Then there you go. Select Capper 1, then you select Capper 2, and you're ready to roll here with the 1 year all sports pass there when you get signed up here with Sean and Rod in the 2-for-1 cap promotion on our leaderboards for the 1 year leaderboards, both Rod and Sean over there at TonySpix.com. These plays are all documented. You can verify every play on the board here when you go over to TonySpix.com and you hit, let's say you go over to Rod's page and you want us to be able to check out what Rod is, when you want to look at his numbers, say, 6,000 units. Well, yeah, just scroll down and you can see every play that Rod has put into the system. It doesn't win every game, as you can see, but over the course of the year, what's that, 6,100 units of profit there based on $100 unit size bets. And there you go. You can see all the plays Rod has put together and all 2,008 plays that he had here at TonySpix.com. You can check every one of them because they're all here archived for you there to check out in our archive. We do that for every capper here. You want to see 10 at a time. You want to see 100 at a time. You make the call. You can see here's 100. Here's Rod's last 100 plays right there for you guys to check out. You want to this way you only have to hit the right button 21 times instead of 200 times to check out all of Rod's plays. There you go. These plays
more green
more green for Rod there over at Tony's Fix. So check out Rod over there. And of course, 2-for-1 cap promotion. You can match up Sean and Rod together. They are on top of leaderboards. I got a best bet on the board right now from baseball. Also a 3-pack with 2 baseball and 1 NBA. I'm amongst the leaders here in MLB for the year. So get on board with me as well at TonySpix.com. Promo code Tony at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. Guys, we're with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Each time with the Tony Fix Morning Show. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. We want you guys live with us to get the plays. But if you happen to miss the show, you want to watch the replay, we'll just go over to our YouTube channel and hit the live and type in Tony's Picks. Hit the live tab, and on that live tab, you'll be able to find all of our archives here. You can watch our morning show. We have a special members only where you get early access to my videos. You want to hit the join button if you want early access to my videos. If you just want to be a supporter to our channel, you can do that. We appreciate that. Happy hour. Rod hosts the happy hour at 5 p.m. Eastern time, so you can join them. Of course, we got Rod and Ramon. They're also great handicappers. See them on the leaderboards. We get a few of our morning cappers will pop in there as well. So check it out there at Tony's Fix Happy Hour on our archive list. And of course, you can also hit the video tab. Lots of great content produced for the cappers because it's David Racy. You see him on the leaderboards. See also Kevin Thomas up there. They provide content for you as well on our YouTube channel today. David with 2-team parlay from MLB. We got Kevin Thomas coming in with some baseball. I'm up there with some deep dives in baseball. A little bit more stat heavier. If you like all the deep dives, you're a big better. You want some deep dives in here with a lot of stats and facts on the games. You can hit the watch the on-demand videos. I got them in compilation. El Ninos is always looking for those dogs. Rod's going deep dives with the NHL. I got some deep dives NBA. So lots of great content over there. So anything you like the deep dives, you like the stats, check out the on-demand. You want a little bit more, a quicker synopsis, a Cliff Notes version of the picks, watch the live show. So there you go. Also make note, all of our shows are in podcast format there. And we have just, I think I showed this earlier, we have been rated by major podcast directory as the #1 baseball podcast on the internet. So Tony's Picks #1. So there you go. So we're also amongst the leaders here. Actually, we are for betting podcasts, we are #3. So there you go. Major podcast directory. So guys, just subscribe to us. I know we get a lot of views on these podcasts because I see the numbers here on our podcast directory, massive views here. So check us out, guys. We got podcasts. We have my compilations. We have them by sport there for you. All the cappers also have their picks as well. Our live shows are also in podcast format. So we don't really mention a lot about the podcast, but they get a lot of views, and you can see the directories are really ranking us really high as far as quality and content there. So every pick in podcast format, Tony'sPicks.com podcast. So if you prefer the podcast listen, then check it out because because we're hitting the top of these directories as far as quality of content. So thank you for that. Absolutely. Of course, to the cappers who make this show possible as well. Thanks, Rod, Sean, all the guys that contribute. It's just not me. It's everybody else that contributes to the content here, giving us on top of these podcast directories. Greatly appreciate that. All right, guys, we're going to be back here. Oh, let Rod talk about the happy hour, right? Rod, happy hour and more content from you from the hockey on the channel.
Definitely appreciate everybody that tunes into the morning show, the happy hour show to get us those numbers. So, hey, you guys aren't here tuning in to watch what we're doing and giving out these plays. Hey, we're not doing what we're doing. So definitely excited to continue to grow those numbers as we do going forward. So definitely tune into the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern. We got you covered. Any late info, which we do on some of them hockeys. There's still some question marks on the Jets, who's in, who's out. We'll know after the morning skate here. Those things will come into light. We got Morrissey defensively. Whether is he going to play in this game? Shifley, is he going to play for the Jets? Big question mark. We've seen Robertson move back onto the ice. He started practicing for the Dallas Stars team. So is he going to play tonight? Definitely a few question marks. You want to tune into the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern. We got you covered on the latest info on those player news. Definitely tune in to the Three Ramigos in the afternoon. We love doing that show. So definitely tune in, 5 p.m. Eastern.
All right, tune in for the happy hour there because get nice interviews. Sometimes you get these changes in lineups with baseball, right? Sometimes you get like we knew Mookie missed yesterday. There are sometimes you get those injuries. We found Teoscar Hernandez got put on the injured list. That's Teoscar and Edmund now on the injured list for the Dodgers there. And of course, Sean, we got you here in the mornings.
Morning guy, but I do pop in the chat, and eventually I'll get into the live there with baseball and stuff going on.
Okay, good. All
and
right.
who knows? Then if I come in live on the camera, I could flip over to the grill and you see what I got going.
There you go.
It's a chicken day. I ordered some. My son wanted some stuff he found on like TikTok or Instagram, some kind of sauces. So I don't know. I got like 8 sauces came in the mail. He wants to just have a sample platter today. So chicken on the menu today.
Chicken's on the menu. All right. Check it out. Also, I want to give a shout out here to our man Ron Hahn, who's in who contributes here on with us here at TonySpeaks.com. 3-pack on the board right now. So check him out over at TonySpeaks.com. Also part of our team here at Tony Speaks. Ron Hahn running the chat for us here. Appreciate him. You also catch him here on the happy hour in our chat as well. So very good. All right, guys. Thanks for all the contributions and thank you for everybody's wishes here. We appreciate everyone here joining us here on the podcast. Very proud about our rankings here on these directories.
That's cool.
Have to catch all the cappers as well because they're also part of it because they contribute to these shows. All right, guys, that's good. Anything to say in closing before we close it out?
We gave you Zach Hyman yesterday, so let's keep the goal scores going. We're going to go with Mikko Rantanen to get an anytime goal today. He's a nice plus 190. Zach was over 2 times our money yesterday, so go with Mikko Rantanen. He's fresh off his hat trick in the third. I think his floodgates have opened up. I think he rips one in for Dallas tonight. Mikko Rantanen.
You cannot go wrong with Rod right now. Hitting 2-1 goal scores. This guy.
We're back to back. We had we got the one the other day. 9 seconds into the game, all of a sudden, boom! Hey, there's the goal score. Yeah, that sweat's out of the way. On to the next.
Unbelievable.
Very good, guys. That's gonna do it here for the show. And we goodbye, guys. You guys make it a winning day. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Next Morning Show.